All right, everyone, here's my 82 E21 380i. It comes with the N10 engine, about 105 horsepower. I believe it came with this iteration of the M10. Just doing my walk around so you guys can see the car. And then I'm gonna go into a little bit more details of some of the stuff that the car has that needs to be fixed. And right about here you can see the tail light. It's got a crack, so that's something that's going to have to be replaced. Another thing that I noticed was that the trunk was, well, the whole car was painted in black. It used to be red, and I noticed right away that whoever painted the car did a horrible job with the paint job. So this is going to get painted fairly quick. Toolbox, I left it open so it can dry out. It had some condensation, and it's only got a rusted out screwdriver that doesn't really work whatsoever. The trunk itself looks pretty clean. No rust to speak of, just a little bit of surface rust in some areas, like right there. Other than that, I have already inspected all the trouble spots, and it really has no rust, which is amazing for a 39-year-old car. I'm not complaining whatsoever. Just a few spots, of course, like I said, in some trouble areas like here. The weather stripping is going to have to be replaced as well. It's worn out, and I've already placed an order for one, so that'll be replaced once it arrives. Let's continue. The paint on the car itself, I mean, it's got a lot of orange peel in some areas, so what I'm going to do is try to get it polished out, probably wet sand it and polish it. Might get a friend of mine to do it that knows how to do that better than I do, so I can focus on other things. Let's see. Let's check out the engine bay. Here you can see it's pretty clean. Like I said, the car was recently painted. Not the best of the jobs, to be honest, but for what they did, it definitely makes the car look much better from what it used to look when the previous owner bought it, which had black paint, but it was pretty much matte paint because it wasn't shiny at all. The car used to be red, and the original owner actually painted it black back in the 90s, and it's black again. So anyhow, engine area looks pretty clean. Not a lot of oil anywhere, just a few spots down here. Valve cover gasket looks good, and everywhere else that I've looked at looks fairly dry. Not much to look at here, honestly. Engine bay looks pretty clean and just needs a little detailing. This has got a lot of dust, and you can tell since it's a black car. Wheels look good, original Alpina type wheels, 13-inch. I'm gonna probably replace those with something a little bigger. Everything else around the car, paint-wise, looks pretty decent. There are some spots that you can see the red. Let's go back over here, like right here. Looks like it peeled off. There we go. So yeah, little things that I'm gonna have to deal with, but overall I'm pretty happy. I don't have to deal with a nasty looking car. Now let's go ahead and move over to the interior of the car. Panels are pretty clean. Look at that. Not too bad whatsoever. They look almost new. The steering wheel looks like it's never been used. I mean, it's really well preserved. As you can see, it's got 92,284 or 92,842 kilometers, which is around 57,000 miles. Dashboard did have some cracks. Previous owner tried to fix them, but I'm fine with that right now. Better than seeing big old cracks due to the car being in under the sun for about 8 years. Down here, it looks like the car had some sort of leak from the clutch line, and it leaked to the interior and got all this wet and nasty. The guy that I bought it from, he fixed it, and I just gotta make sure that I replace this rug as soon as possible. Seats as well, from afar they look fairly good, but when you touch them, they feel pretty rough. They actually feel like 220 grit sandpaper. The sun itself pretty much baked them and made them look, or made them feel like that. The back of the seats are pretty clean, like new. Same as the back seat itself. It looks good, but like I said earlier, the sun pretty much baked the seats for 7 years and they're pretty crusty. Let's check out the headliner. The headliner actually looks amazing. It doesn't have any rips and it looks pretty clean. So that will stay as is. I'm not gonna do anything to it, maybe just clean a few spots. So as you can see, overall the car is fairly clean inside. Doesn't really need much work other than what I stated. For a car this old, I'm pretty happy I don't have to do a complete refurbish of the interior, meaning door panels, rear panels, and so on and so forth. Let's move on to the front of the car, where I'm going to show you a few things that need to be fixed. The grille itself looks good from afar, but this area right here, it looks like it had to, it was retrofitted. According to the previous owner, he told me that they had bought the wrong side, and they actually had to retrofit the bigger headlight, because as you know, these come with different size headlights. Most of them come with the same size headlights, meaning the highs and the lows in the smaller size. And then this one, the 82 model, I guess came with the low beams in bigger halogen than the high beam, which is why they had to do a little retrofitting of the bigger beam. Everything else looks pretty straight. The body itself doesn't look like it's been in an accident whatsoever. No dings that I can tell. Since I got it, it's black, so I would have been able to tell already. No bondo anywhere. Front lip looks pretty good. No rust. This little thing here is going to have to be replaced as well. It's pretty beat over time. I don't know how this would happen if you didn't get into an accident, but it happens. Soft metal, soft aluminum, I guess. But anyhow, I'll replace it whenever I have the chance to find one in good condition. And everything else around the car looks good. The only thing that I'm going to have to do is work on some minor electrical glitches, like the horn not working, the blinkers stay on when you press the button. So right now I have to take off the fuse so the blinkers don't stay on, and then the intermittent, the blinkers themselves don't turn on right or left. They were working when I was test driving the car, and then suddenly it just stopped working for whatever reason. We were kind of like trying to figure out what it was, but we couldn't figure it out. And because we are going into confinement here in Spain, where I live right now, I told the guy to just bring me the car and that I would take care of it, as he was going to take care of it himself. But I decided to just say, hey, bring it over, and I'll just work on it myself, so that way I can have something to do with the car, put parts, and make some progress. I don't like waiting too much, and I felt that if I left it over there, I was going to have to wait about 2-3 more weeks. And I wanted to have the car here at home and give me something to do when I'm at home in confinement, since we can't really go anywhere. We can go out of the house, but can't go to any town around, since we're pretty much confined to our own town. So anyhow, this is my 82 E21 389, 57,000 miles, and been stopped for over 7 years. Recently painted him Schwarz black. Schwarz is black for German. Don't remember the number, the code itself, but it's the original black color for this era vehicle. I still don't know if I want to repaint it, the whole thing now, or just wait down the road when I do a few things with it, or what. I don't know. I just got the car today, and I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do with it. It's a beautiful specimen of E21, and we'll see. More to come. Thanks for watching. Until next time.